Okay, in this video, I'm going to review the game between Ethan and Dildarav. So this is the game in UK Chess Challenge Tera Finals 2025. So the game starts with Pirc defense. Black play knight f6, bishop to d3, divide bishop pawn, and black play e5. So d5, white chose to close the center, and after this move, black has much greater space at the queenside. So we can expect that in the middle game, white should launch attack at the queenside. Knight b d7 and c4 knight c5, and this move is really great because of the d5 move. The c5 square is an outpost, so black should place knight and both knights can't attack the center pawn. Knight c3, protect the pawn, and black took the bishop immediately, and that's understandable because usually a bishop is better than knight. And also, if we don't take the bishop will retreat to c2 and then probably b4, so our knight will be kicked. Bishop e7 and knight f3. So I mean, knight f3 or knight e2, I think both moves can be considered, and I prefer knight g e2 because as we said, in the long run, we should like launch attack at the queen side. So later, after bishop to e3, b4, so we can maneuver knight to b3, and then c5. So we can get the g1 knight a bit closer to the queen side. So knight f3 and black play a5. This is a good move to stop b4. White castle and black castle. And here white plays c5. So this move is okay. So white tries to launch attack and open c file. If black took the pawn, we can take e5. This is center pawn, and it's correct that black didn't take the pawn after the trade. So now white or both sides have like an entire open file, and I would say white is more capable to control that because white has much more space. So in this case, white should tries best to move the knight to b5, bishop to e3, and double the rooks, managing to move the rook to the 7th rank. And also the d6 square is d6 pawn is like a backward pawn, so we should try every effort to attack it. Bishop e3, this is good. b6 and queen d2. I don't really understand the purpose of queen d2. Maybe white wants to offer a bishop trade, but I think the e3 bishop is apparently better than the e7. So what we should do, so either like knight b5 or move the rook to c1. Maybe white is worried about knight c5, but I think it's fine. We can move the queen after the knight kick us. So for example, we can play a4 to add control of this square. If bishop a6, we can move the knight to b5. So if black play f5, we can take the pawn, and knight c5. Black want to take the pawn with the bishop. We can take the knight, and pawn takes. So then we can move knight d2, and later we can occupy like e4 or c4. So here we play, or white play queen to d2 and knight c5. This is a very good square for the knight, and also it blocked the c file and trade the bishop with the knight. So I think we can hold the trade a bit late because we can do that when it's necessary. So right now I think it's very important to double the rooks and maybe try effort to kick the knight instead. So we took the knight and pawn takes, and white play a4. So there's a very good square for the knight. Rook ba. So this is apparently a semi-open file black wants to occupy. Move queen to c2, like protecting b2, b3 maybe, or maneuver the knight to d2 or b3. So bishop a6 and move rook to e1, and queen d7. Move the knight to d2, rook to b4. So now black starts to launch attack on the b2 pawn. So black is being active. So that's also the downside. White trade the bishop with the knight, so which makes the b file semi-open. White also have a semi-open file, but this c5 pawn is protected. It's really hard to attack, but the b2 pawn is a weakness. So b3 and bishop to g5, trying to get rid of this defender. And knight f3, bishop h6, knight a2, kick the rook. Rook goes back. So actually, I think b6 is better because you can move the queen to b7. Rook b8 and knight c1. White wants to protect the pawn. So in this position, so you can pause the video and think about how would black break through on this b file. How can black attack the b pawn? So let's continue to see how did the game end up. So here black play rook f b8 to double the rooks, adding pressure on b3, and then white to move the knight. So hope these two knights can protect the pawn. And g6. So I believe this move is more like defend the background in the future. Rook a3, trying to protect the pawn, adding another protector. And queen c7. I think black realized to move the queen to the b file. Knight to c4, trying to attack this pawn. But this was actually a mistake. So for example, after bishop takes, if I take with the bishop, there's a rook b2, so we will lose control of the second rank. Queen d1, and our knight will get pinned. If we move queen back again, there's another rook attacking. If we move queen up, there's bishop d2, so white will lose material. And if you take with the queen, there's attack, and if you move back, there's a c4 move. So this is a black hand breakthrough on this b file. So take the pawn and rook c4. So there's attack on c1. So white will lose the knight. So that's the reason knight c4 is a mistake. So in this case, white should have some patience to keep its pieces or keep the two knights staying at d2 and c1, trying all the effort to protect the b3 pawn. So in this game, so black didn't play c4, black played queen b6, and white played g3, but I think the problem is, yeah, I understand it's really hard to defend the b pawn because the knight will be traded sooner or later, and we cannot move the rook to e3, so there will be an open file and also a protected pawn, and black has dominant advantage. Rook a2 and trade the rooks. Queen c4. So yeah, I mean, white wants to keep the queen to keep the game like complicated, but after rook b2 we'll lose another pawn. So maybe trading the queens, yeah, to turn the game into rook endgame is could be easier to get a draw. Queen go back. Queen d2, so black gets another pawn. So now black is winning by having like yeah, 3 connected pawns. So black managed to checkmate in the end. That's it.